I stood alone, a solitary figure amidst the swirling dust and the lingering echoes of battle. My enemies, a pack of wolves circling their prey, were closing in. I could sense their anticipation, their eagerness to tear me down, but I was unafraid. I had faced death before, stared it in the eye, and emerged victorious. This time would be no different. I had a plan.
His left hand throbbed, a constant reminder of the price he paid for power. A power he would unleash upon his foes, a force that would shatter their confidence and break their ranks. He could feel the energy coursing through his veins, a potent cocktail of adrenaline and raw, untamed magic. The air crackled with anticipation.
My opponents, emboldened by their numerical advantage, charged. Their swords gleamed under the harsh sunlight, their battle cries echoing through the arena. I stood my ground, my expression unreadable, my eyes cold and calculating. I was waiting for the perfect moment, the precise instant when their arrogance would become their downfall.
The first attacker lunged, his sword whistling through the air, aiming for Do-hyuk's heart. Do-hyuk sidestepped with effortless grace, the blade passing harmlessly by. His own sword flashed, a silver streak in the sunlight, and the attacker crumpled to the ground, his cry of surprise cut short.
The remaining assailants hesitated, momentarily stunned by their comrade's swift demise. That moment of hesitation was all I needed. I exploded into motion, a whirlwind of steel and fury. My sword danced a deadly ballet, parrying blows, deflecting attacks, and finding its mark with terrifying precision. Each strike was calculated, aimed at disarming or incapacitating, minimizing casualties while maximizing my own efficiency. I was a force of nature, unstoppable, my movements a blur to the untrained eye.
He fought with the desperation of a cornered animal, his movements becoming more frantic, more unpredictable. He knew he couldn't sustain this level of intensity for long. He needed to end this quickly, decisively. His gaze darted around the battlefield, assessing, calculating, searching for an opening.
My eyes settled on a gap in the enemy's formation, a momentary lapse in their coordination. It was a risky move, a gamble that could cost me dearly if I miscalculated, but I never shied away from a challenge.
Trusting his instincts, he lunged forward, his body a projectile aimed at the heart of their formation. The attackers, caught off guard by his sudden aggression, scrambled to intercept him, but it was too late. Do-hyuk was already past their defenses, his sword a silver blur as he carved a path through their ranks.
Pain flared in his side, a searing reminder of his own mortality.
He gritted his teeth, ignoring the throbbing in his left hand, the blood trickling down his arm. He would not fall here, not today.
He fought on, fueled by adrenaline and sheer willpower. Each breath was a victory, each swing of his sword a testament to his unyielding spirit. He was a beacon of defiance, a testament to the indomitable human spirit. He would not be broken.
The air grew thick with the metallic scent of blood, the ground littered with the bodies of his enemies. But still, they came, driven by a primal fear of the one they could not defeat. Do-hyuk welcomed their fear. It was his greatest weapon. Finally, only one figure remained standing. Yu Ji-won, his former friend, his current adversary. Their eyes met across the battlefield, a silent conversation passing between them, regret, betrayal, determination.
Yu Ji-won's face was a mask of conflict, his grip on his sword trembling slightly. Do-hyuk could see the doubt in his eyes, the hesitation that betrayed his inner turmoil. He had expected anger, hatred, even fear. But this was something different.
Ji-won, Do-hyuk rasped, his voice hoarse from exertion. It doesn't have to end like this.
Yu Ji-won's gaze flickered down to Do-hyuk's left hand, to the pulsating energy that emanated from his palm. A look of understanding, of grim acceptance crossed his face.
It already has, Ji-won replied, his voice devoid of emotion.
He raised his sword, the tip pointed towards Do-hyuk's heart.
I'm sorry, Do-hyuk, but you have to understand this is bigger than both of us.
Do-hyuk felt a pang of disappointment, a cold realization settling in his gut. Yu Ji-won had chosen his side, and it wasn't with him. He closed his eyes, drawing in a deep breath, preparing himself for the final confrontation. But the killing blow never came. Instead, Do-hyuk heard a gasp, a thud, and a soft groan of pain. He opened his eyes to see Yu Gyuan standing there, his sword still raised, but his eyes wide with shock and disbelief. A crimson stain bloomed on his chest, spreading rapidly across his white tunic.
Standing behind him, a figure emerged from the shadows. A figure Do Hyuk thought he'd never see again. A figure that sent a chill down his spine. A premonition of a storm far greater than the one he had just weathered. I believe. A smooth, chillingly familiar voice purred, "This one belongs to me."